Hi everyone, what's up? How are you guys doing? Okay, so we're back with the AMA session that we typically do every week. We could not do the session last week as I was not available, but of course now we're back. And this week we have a very interesting person for you. He is Nakshatra, who would be coming online with us for this session. He's an actor, he's a filmmaker, he owns a travel company. He's a very active member of the LGBTQ community. He's been doing a lot of work out there, and he's a YouTuber. He is an Instagrammer, so he's typically like a lot of things put together. And we are supposed to go live with him just in any moment. Now I'm waiting for him to come on live here so I can add him. Okay, there he is. I see him out there. Let me just quickly add him to the call. Let's just wait for him to come on live. How's this Sunday going, guys? There you are. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being there, Nakshatra. I was just telling the viewers about you. I was telling them about so many things that you've been doing. I mean, you're an actor, you are a filmmaker, you are very active in the LGBTQ community, you own a company which is into travel.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you want to do? You're a writer, you're a chef as well, right?
Yeah. Only thing I can't do is I can't sing. That's it. I'm so sorry.
That's so cool, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's so very cool. I'm kind of envious. Yeah, I can't do a lot of things at once. I mean, you're creating envy there, man. It's good to have you here, Nakshatra.
Thank you so much.
Right, so let's start from the very beginning, yeah, Nakshatra. I see you've been doing a lot of content on Instagram, on YouTube, and otherwise as well, I'm assuming. And a lot of your content is around, breaking myths within the LGBT community, or, kind of educating people about how things work, educating parents and stuff like that. So is that the reason why you became a creator, or you were already creating content before this as well, and then, kind of skewed towards this?
Probably, but yeah, like I said, I used to be a YouTuber. I'm still a YouTuber. That's my main thing. This has just happened. But I am a filmmaker through an accident as well. I never planned becoming one. It's just one night I was feeling sleepless. So I recorded myself a story that I was seeing on Facebook. It was about, gay men making fake profiles and finding love of their life, but how difficult it is in a society like this. So that film eventually went and won me international award, and I never thought of, somebody waking up in the middle of night recording on a small handycam and winning an award for that. So then I never looked back. I ended up making a lot of LGBTQ themed short films. I acted in few. I acted more than 18 LGBTQ projects, and then I became a YouTuber. And since I could transfer my following from YouTube to Instagram, I could, and unfortunately, I would say unfortunately, there are very few LGBTQ people who could be influencers, because people are afraid. Log open up nahi hona chahte, wo darte hain. And though it works for people like me, but let's not be selfish and say that, because we as a community somehow are losing the more faces that we need to represent us, because I cannot represent other sections of this community because it's a small community. It's not actually small, but there are so many segments to this LGBTQ plus. I can maximum represent gay and bisexual community, to be specific, but there are very few people who could represent. So that worked for me. So yeah, it's a journey of one sleepless night to YouTuber to Instagram influencer.
That's very cool and inspiring at the same time. So tell me something, like Nakshatra, how difficult is it? And I'm assuming, of course, like I'm dead sure, actually I'm not assuming, but I'm dead sure it was difficult for you, or it would have been difficult for you to kind of come out in the open, and then not just coming out in the open, but actually, be the flag bearer as well, and, kind of create content with which you actually breaking a lot of myths, and you educating people out there at the same point in time. How difficult is it?
Very difficult, because now after Section 377 is out of the box, brands started treating us as a section, or a target audience. Before that, no gay man ever thought that they will be an influencer or used to promote a brand. No, we did not even dream of that, because it wasn't, we were never treated that we exist. we were like taken for granted. In fact, even if you see, for example, condom ads today, there is always a man and a woman. We still don't have a condom ad that features two men. I would like to do the first ad if that happens, but
I hope Durex is listening this.
Yeah, and hope they give it to you because I know you will sign me.
Most certainly.
All right. But it's very, very difficult because we go through our own struggle in terms of family, society, and relatives, where we convince them to accept us as other human beings for years. We are fighting that thing. And when I come out as openly gay actor or, or an influencer, people know that this market is niche and limited. Now on the name of inclusions, people can do it, but there were times that we used to approach brands and brand never entertained us. They read our messages, they read our emails, but they never thought of, coming and signing us. But surprisingly, now everybody wants to be inclusive. So now those brands who have rejected us in the past, they now come to us and they want to sign us to promote the product. So it's just that you don't have to give up. And I'm saying this in terms of everything, not just, that you are gay or straight, doesn't really matter. If you actually want to do something, don't give up. Try it. It will happen someday. That's what happened to me.
That's more like a guru mantra, Nakshatra, that you've given to all of us here. Okay, at this point, quickly, guys, just in case if you have any questions or anything, please just drop those in the comments, and we'd be like more than happy. Like really, we'd love to take those up, and we might take them up as and when we go, or as and when we are talking, or we might just take those up towards the end. But we'll definitely take them up, is what I'm trying to tell you here. Okay, so on that note, Nakshatra, tell me something now. Brands are, and you're right in saying that brands are kind of trying to be more inclusive, and that's coming more from the top as well. But what's the situation at the bottom? Like I'm sure on a daily basis you'd face a lot of hardships, and while things are changing, but it's still a long way to go, right? And I see in your content also you do talk about a lot of those things. So what's the reason behind that? Like, is it from an educational perspective, you want to tell the world that this is happening, this is where we are, you want to tell the community, okay, this is what you can do and stuff like that? Is that the reason? Or is it more like a vlog kind of thing that, okay, you'd want to cover all of these aspects?
No. I had my initial struggle where my family did not accept me for 5 years. And I know those young ages like 17 to 21 where you need your parents to listen to you and understand you. I did not had that precious time or memories with them. And I know what I faced. Yeah, later they came around and they accepted me. They accepted me so well that they came to Pride March with me, Gay Pride March, holding this placard saying, I'm proud of my gay child. So that's one thing that happened. But my family gave me this offer or a deal one day that, you are gay, that's okay for us, but you don't need to go to media and do things, just keep it to us. But I was like, let's not be selfish, like be the change you want to see in the world, that's what we see of great Mahatma Gandhi's quote. I knew I could just do small little thing, like just small. If I just want to touch one person's life and change his life, because I had nobody to guide me when I needed it. But if I can do it to someone, I could do it, because I know living in a city, having this support system right now, though after a struggle, there are people in the villages, small towns, who don't have this. They don't have gay friends, they don't have support system, they don't have people or a society that is educated or literate enough to understand the difference between a hijra and a gay person. For them it is difficult. So I realized after this boom of social media, and a big shout out to Jio because they got everybody together, I realized that one day I got this message. I'll quickly mention this example. I got a message from somebody from Sundarban area around that, and he said, you helped me with your videos and your thoughts, and that touched me, because then every day I get these messages, but this was very, very important to me because I knew I could change life. And what I do is I am there in this community for 12 years, kind of veteran now, and I know the struggle, I know the issues, and if I can raise the voice for other people who cannot raise their voice, I can be their voice even if it's the voice of just one person. I'm not claiming that I represent the entire community, even just one person. My life is worth. That's it.
Yeah. That's so strong, yeah, Nakshatra. Hats off, man. Very,
Thank you.
very proud of
Thank you.
what you've been doing. So tell me something now. Of course, there's a positive side to it, and then there's a negative side to it as well. I am dead sure you would get a lot of negative comments, hate comments, trolls,
Okay.
blah 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 blah. I mean, of course, that's the other side of the coin. How do you deal with that?
Uh, Fortunately, I don't get it the way
Yeah.
most of the people from the LGBTQ community get. I don't get it because I don't indulge much in communication. I don't argue with people. I think I know whom to waste my time and whom to not. I know it very clear because when you fight for the negativity, you get it back. Then you think about it, you get headache. I know one thing. I am not here to change the world. I can only change people I know who can change or can think better. I am not going to change the trolls or the bot profiles or the faceless people who can't even put their own identity on social media. I am not going to put some thoughts in them because that's a waste of time, because there are millions of people in India. We have a huge population. My life is too small to do that. So I don't indulge in this. Generally, I would say, I don't know what is the reason, but I don't get this much from the state community or something, that I don't get this trolls. It's not like I never have received it, but I tend to ignore people. There is just blog button, go to that, enough. You don't need to go and fight. You don't need to do world war with them. Just finish it off. That's how I deal with people.
I think that's the best advice I've ever gotten, Nakshatra. It's just so simple, right? Block them and move forward.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, there are a couple of questions, Nakshatra. I think I would want to take them right away. So there's Awara who says, which was your most memorable collaboration experience and why? I'm assuming he's talking about brand collaborations.
Yeah. There are several, but I would mention the recent one, not because I am doing this live with you, but why I'm telling you, there are few brands who actually work for LGBTQ, despite, just because they want to make the brand look inclusive. They actually make it work. So the Mensch is actually my favorite one. I was in communicating with them like for years, because I love their Pride collection of innerwears and all that. I loved it because that's the first Indian brand to actually launch that, and they're actually walking the talk. And finally, I got to sign with it through you guys, and I love that because I actually wanted to sign with their brand for a long time. I personally wanted it.
They're very, very cool. Yeah, they're really cool.
Yes, and. I'm being very honest, because this lockdown has been very stressful to most of us in terms of emotional stress, financial stress. So like you mentioned, I have this travel company that has been shut, for like 7 months. I did not go out. So my main financial source is shut completely. So I don't earn money. So this collaborations is the main profession now. And this collaboration came at the right time when I actually needed it, so it's pretty special. But there are many other brands, small, like just startup, or to big brands like Times of India, Bajaj Allianz, or Fab Hotels, or Rapido. I have done it all. So there is no single sector that I haven't done, and I love it. So I kind of like flaunt in my media kit when I send it to people. So yeah, I think I've done it all, but recently when I needed the money, when I needed the brand which actually talk about LGBT, I got it. So yeah, the Mensch is a special one. The one. And one more thing I would like to mention, I have now signed a 3-month deal with United Nations, where I'm doing their collab. I'm doing their promotion. It's in terms of COVID and HIV/AIDS. In regards to LGBTQ community.
Wow.
So I have collaborated with Humsafar Trust, which is the leading NGO for LGBTQ people, and the United Nations. So it's their projects. I'm currently going through that. So that is also special because United Nations come to you and sign you as their top influencer. That is, you are actually doing right with your life.
Yes, absolutely. United Nations, big man. Congratulations on bagging that, Nakshatra.
Thank you.
Really good news. Okay, there's another one. Rajat is asking, when are you getting married? Ooh,
I
that's an
I will not answer that because he's my Jiju and he's kind of teasing me. But
Okay.
he knows that already it will happen in 3-4 years.
Ooh, okay, we have some more time. You're still single,
Yeah,
huh?
right. Very much happy and single.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, on that note, Nakshatra, I wanted to actually, now that you've mentioned about the travel company as well, I want to speak about
Yeah,
that also. And I know,
right.
as a fact, like what I saw or whatever I could see, it was typically, making travel easier for gay people or LGBTQ community, if I have to put it that way. So how, I mean, one, of course, how difficult is it? Because see, I am coming from the outside world. I have
Right.
literally no clue about the kind of issues you would face while you're traveling. Okay, and hence I'm asking, and I'd love to know the kind of issues you typically face, and how are you tackling those with that particular organization?
Uh, See, I first let me be clear. I don't work with completely LGBTQ. It's for gay and
Hmm.
bisexual men that I deal with because
Fair,
each section is totally different from
fair,
each other.
fair,
So
fair.
handling everything. So I deal with that. I realized that I always had this interest in travel industry. Though I'm a postgraduate in advertising and branding field, I used to write for a Marathi magazine on travel bit, and I enjoyed that more. I enjoyed those couple of 500 rupees when working in earning thousands of rupees in advertising company, and I wanted to do something in travel. So I started this, and I realized that gay and bisexual people, they are very discreet. I can at least openly live my
Yes,
life. I can travel places and tell and scream that I'm gay, but they
right,
cannot. They can
right.
only be themselves when they are surrounded by like-minded people who are just like
Yes,
them, who will not judge them because they are just like them.
yes,
So I
yes.
decided to do this, and I traveled in like 2 years. I traveled with more than 500 gay and bisexual men. We have done more than 17, 18 tours, and uh, we are now stuck for 7 months. But I realized that when you have financial power, when you put that consumer power more than, I'll put it in the right word. There were some resort who were kind of like homophobic for the reason that they did not know what homosexuality is. They had all wrong
Yes.
ideas about it. But when you say that I am carrying 50 people with me, I am paying you in lakhs, then it's none of your business what I am and what I do in my
Correct.
personal life. They
Correct.
don't care. They welcome you. They welcome you with open arms, and that's what I do. I never go with the victim card. I never go saying, you know what, will you please feel pity for me because I'm gay.
Hmm.
I'm from. I know. I make a statement and then say that I am doing business with you. That's how it should be. I am
Right.
confident enough. I make a statement. I'm gay. You accept me or not. That's your problem. It does not affect me. So this is the
Absolutely.
approach throughout the process. Yeah.
That's a smart one, yeah. Actually, Nakshatra. I mean, and very rightly put in. The moment you barge in and say, "I have 50 people who are traveling with me. Do you want to kind of
Yeah.
take them in?" And they would be paying you lakhs. Nobody would say no to that, and that's a very very smart move actually.
Very much.
Uh,
Yeah.
so there are, I think, a couple of more comments here. Okay,
They are from my friends.
okay, we'll still take them up. So there's Samiksha who says,
My
not
sister. I know
okay.
what she's
She's
saying that.
okay. I couldn't understand. Sorry, Samiksha. Then there's 10th I who says, what is inverse integration? Okay, I have no clue what it means.
I did not get it. Can you just please elaborate to that? I also did not get the question.
Okay, 10th I, you'll have to help us out. What do you mean by
Yeah.
inverse integration? Like you'll have to maybe give us some more kind of nuances there.
All right.
Okay, there are a lot of highs and hellos. Then
Yeah.
there is Krishna who says, but this is very tough for me. I'm assuming this is very
That is,
difficult. This is
I am assuming about the coming out. It's some people, they feel tough about it if that's
yeah,
how he is taking it. So I
agreed.
always say this to people that people ask me what is the right time to come out, and they expect a number, the perfect age to come out. And I always say 24 to 26 is the right ideal time when you're financially independent. At the same time, when you realize that you're gay, till the time you reach this age range, you can give hints to your family, like talk about this
Mm.
issue. Like talk as a third person. Do not confirm that you're gay or bisexual or lesbian or transgender. Just tell them that these things exist. Like watch a film like Shubhamangal Jada Saudhan, so they know that they're aware about such things being exist. So they are prepared. Like what happens when you come out to your parents who don't know anything about it, they have zero knowledge about it, you drop a bomb on them. So the reaction is 100%. But when they're aware about this thing, like say 20%, 30%, they have knowledge about it, the impact is it's not that bigger. So there is a high probability that they will accept it or understand it, or will take less time to accept you. So when you're financially independent, come out to them. So if unfortunately things go wrong, you can feed yourself twice and you can rent a shelter for you. That's what I tell people.
This is a very, very smart piece of advice, Nakshatra. And I think you guys should definitely follow, just in case if you're looking for something like this, because the moment you are financially independent, you like most of the issues that you would typically face otherwise are generally gone. And even if you're kicked out, like he said, you can still kind of take care of yourself. That's a very important point. Okay, then there are some more questions. There's New Boys Always who says, when do you think India will be open for gay marriages?
My definition is, are you considering that, are you going to the complete population of India and do it on notepad that this accept me, this person does not accept? I am not going to do that. What is India for you? India did not even accept. There were many Indians who did not even accept great Mahatma Gandhi. There were people, he was a great one. Still, he wasn't accepted by several people. What are we looking for? Are we looking for acceptance from 100%? That's never going to happen on any issue, not just LGBTQ. What matters to me that my loved one, the people who mattered to me, they accept me. That's it. But I will tell you what will happen to the issues like gay marriages or LGBTQ rights. This journey is going to walk the similar journey of intercaste marriage. What happened to intercaste marriage? 10 years back, this thing was a huge sin. Let's forget what happened with, not let's forget, but let's keep it aside what happened with Tanishq ad recently. But 10 years back, we did not know, it was a big thing, but now we know at least 5 couples who have done intercaste marriage. And it has become a pretty normal thing, at least in the cities, and kind of people from small town and villages talk about it or they know about it. So the thing is going to walk the same journey. We need to understand that I know Indian gay men can be pretty, they can be pretty panicked, and because they go through struggle, they want things to happen very quickly. But remember, the countries like USA or UK, they had similar struggle in terms of LGBTQ. Nobody got the right on the very first day. So yeah, we are, but we should be pretty lucky that we are now in this stage of evolution where things are changing positively for us. So let's be witness to that. This is how I take it.
Absolutely. I think there are enough and more, smaller things that you can see. Take about this movie, Shubh Mangal Zyada Savdhan. I mean, first mainstream movie speaking openly about gays. So things are happening, and you're very right in saying 100% acceptance. Nobody can accept and should not expect actually. Okay, the guy who's asking this question about coming out, he says his age is 15, Nakshatra. So do you want to give him any advice in terms of how to move forward?
Age is how much? 15, 15?
Yes, 15.
I would say, see, we have these things like, of minor and somebody was legal age, but sometimes like I realized I am homosexual at the age of 14, 14. And I was pretty confused, like what's happening to me. I was in a small village where there was no electricity for like 4 to 8 hours every day, no library, no cyber cafe to know what it is. So now at least you're fortunate enough that you people have access to smartphone, internet, where you can, search about things, can communicate with people, make friends. That is important, So don't get excited about things. Like a lot of people, I say that, Nakshatra, I want to live life like you. I want to tell my family, just finish it off. No, coming out is not an, emotion or excitement. It's a journey. Once you do it, you can't undo it. You can't reverse back. So plan things accordingly. Your goal, what you want to do in your career, in what age you're going to achieve this milestone of your career, what time you will be self-sufficient, financially you're independent, emotionally you're independent, then you go to do it. So take it slow. At the same time, you need to explore yourself, what you like about people, what you don't like about yourself. That's what you can do. So focus on self-exploration instead of coming out and rest of the things. Yeah.
Yep. I think that answers your question beautifully, Krishna.
I would
Just
like
in
to
case.
mention one thing. There are people who are asking questions about LGBTQ life. I just want to say that I'm going to come live on my YouTube at 9. You can ask those questions here. Can you just please focus here about the brands and the collaboration and influencer thing? Because this live is specifically to that. But I'll make sure that I'll answer your question on YouTube live tonight at 9. Yeah.
Right. So you have a dedicated section, guys, when you can ask all of these questions, and
Yeah.
you would get all the answers. We'll still take a couple of more questions, but yeah, let's actually kind of pivot slightly and talk about the brands and the
Yeah.
content that has been created, right? So Nakshatra, from your perspective, one is of course you've told us about Dimensions and you've said that they've been doing beautiful work, but is there any other brand that you'd say is actually like at the ground level doing something and not just kind of creating advertisements about it?
See, I'm being very, very honest and candid about it. When I started influencing marketing like this year or probably last year, half 2019, there were times when I used to approach brands and I got
Right.
some grants for free because I needed to build my portfolio. I needed to build
Right.
my media kit that I have this many brands. And there were some brands that I signed up for free. Some brands paid me something. And in 2 months, I did 27 brands. And it was like my personal Insta profile turned into a catalog profile. Then I had to take a break because there was nothing me, just brands. But
Right.
there are, so, initially I did not even bother much about, because there are many brands who were pretty new. They were not even established to actually do something, specifically for LGBT or any CSR for that matter. But yeah, there was brands for the men's for me became very special because I knew they were doing Times of India. One of them, they were actually pretty vocal about things. So that one I kind of looked for. But I don't think there are many brands. But I would say if those brands are okay for signing an openly gay man to promote their products, then I actually believe that they hold something positive for the LGBT community, or they believe in the community, because there were several brands who did not want a gay man to promote them because they thought
Right.
their brand identity will not go well with the rest of the section. That is their
Yes.
main target section. So I assume all the brands I promoted, they are okay with LGBTQ rights or the supporter of LGBTQ rights.
Right. And what about international brands? Is there any international brand that you think is doing some brilliant work out there?
I personally did not get to work with pride-related international brand, but I have done things like Ty Henley and several others that I can't recollect right now. But see, international scenario is pretty different. They don't look at your sexuality. They don't
Yeah.
care whom you sleep with or whose hand you're holding while walking the street. They don't care.
Right.
They just
Right.
look. They're very professional. They look at your reach. They look at what you're promoting. They look at your content, and they sign you. So ये Indian लोगों का है. I don't even blame the brands to take the bold step, क्योंकि what happened to Tanishq, you see Tanishq ad that कुछ लोग hurt हो जाते तो they put down so they have to think accordingly to the Indian standards. So we need to evolve as a society, not just the brands, but as consumer and the social ideas about that revolves around the concept and ads. So I think internationally they don't think about it. They
Correct.
don't.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And that Tanishq ad is beautiful, man. I just
Very
so condemn it.
beautiful.
I hated it when that happened, but yeah, you can't help it. I mean, there are a lot of people, and
Yeah.
we'll have to
Yeah.
evolve, of course, and it'll take time,
Mm.
obviously. But anyway, so
Yeah.
what does the future hold for you, Nakshatra? How are you moving forward? Do you like, and of course, because you're a filmmaker,
Yeah.
you are bound to talk about a lot of things, and I'm assuming you'd want to, more and more people to kind of know about the issues, about XYZ stuff. But is that
Mm.
what you'd want to stick in like as a full-time kind of career option, or is there some pivot that you're looking at, or you'd want to become a creator full-time and maybe just kind of focus on creating content, be it films, be it Instagram, or is it something else that you're looking at as well?
A nice question. I like to answer this. So, I like to do everything that is related to the pride. That helps my community, and yeah, that gives me money because that's my hard work too, and I put my talent into that. So that's completely different. But I'll continue to make films. I'll continue to make series, short films. I recently made my mainstream debut this year through Salim Suleiman's music video, and I'm more than filmmaker. I like I enjoy acting, and I kind of focusing on that. But what future, like exact future, like when I get married, I have this plan that I will stay in this countryside, small farm of couple of acres with my husband. I will have a nice small villa. I'll be self-sustainable life where I can grow my own farm, my own food, and show that through a YouTube channel like homestay, like gay homesteading, where me and my husband can show our success, our failures while adapting to this lifestyle. So that is something I actually look the that's the dream project of mine, to starting from the scratch in the country life to getting a successful farm is with my husband, and our little love story through that. That's what I actually want to do in my life.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I really hope it turns out into a
Thank
reality
you.
very, very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, on that note, Nakshatra, before we go, I will quickly scan through the comment section just in case if there's any other question. Okay, there are a couple of questions. I think we can take, like, you can take those up on your YouTube channel
Yeah.
right away, or at 9 o'clock when you go live. So guys, go and kind of watch that live session. I don't think there's any other brand related or content related question. So on like just before we depart, one last one. Any piece of advice that you'd want to give the budding creators in terms of how to kind of start creating content, or like literally anything? How did you start, and what's the kind of mantra that you typically follow?
I was just thinking about it. I'll talk about it. Glad you got this question. That nobody will come ahead and say this, that never had stress thinking about my followers are less than my friends' followers, or I get less likes than my friends' likes. This competition exists, and I was part of it too. And that stresses you, and then you lose your reality, and then you just live on your this online social life where you show that you are not, you're something that you are not.
Right.
I am so proud to say this. My social life, my online world is exact what I live in my reality. That's what important to me. Online life is important. That is my bread and butter. But I will never let it take over my reality, because then you're living a dual life. And dual life, if I wanted a dual life, I would have never came out to people saying that I'm gay, man. So that is important. So do not compare. Just focus on, because when you compare and think about it, you live in stress, you live in tension. Yeah, he is going ahead, she is going ahead than me, they have better engagement rate. So then you don't focus on your content, you don't focus on your strength, you focus on your weaknesses. So focus on your content, you focus on your strength. Forget about, you are not, there is no award or competition that Google's getting certificate that she is better or he is better. Do what makes you feel stronger. Like I said, I don't give damn about trollers, because that's going to add only negativity. I can only focus on what my positivity is. So focus on that and be natural. Find a genre of yourself. Like I knew I can only do I can do everything, but I knew I only want to do LGBTQ. Take a subject and go ahead. If I would have been, I will say this, there were many gay men who were not open, they were discreet, and they had this issue of not coming out. They were like, we don't want to come out. So they pretended to be straight. They were romancing on girls in the videos and everything they were doing. But they did not go up, because there was millions of other people who were doing the same thing. And why I received the response? Because I hold on to my natural strength. I was honest with my art, and that's why I came here. So be honest with what you do. If there'll be people, even if you do right thing, people will put you down. So don't think about it. Just focus on your strength and enjoy what you do. That's it.
That's such a good advice, guys. Just be honest. Keep doing stuff. People will pull you down. Kind of stick to it, or kind of just hang around, and you should be okay. Thank you so much, Nakshatra. It was really, really good chatting with you. I really hope you keep creating content. You keep kind of, busting those myths out there. You keep educating people. You're doing a beautiful job. And yeah, more power to you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just saw the comments, gay. Proud to be gay and happy to be gay. That's the best thing that happened to me. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been here on the live session today, or I would have been invited to be here. So I think that's the best thing happened to me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and I hope to see you again in some other collaborations, and we continue this journey ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Thank you so much, Nakshatra. We'll see you soon.
Thank you guys for joining.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.